Hi, I'm Grant.
And I'm Kathy. Welcome back to our Change How You Think weekly video podcast.
If you'd like to hear from us every week, then subscribe to our video by clicking on the weekly video tab at the top of the page and fill in the subscription form, and you'll get our free ebook, Healthy Moods. So we're in a global pandemic now from the new coronavirus.
And we're prepared.
For most of us, this is the first one we've experienced because it is so widespread.
The virus is very contagious and it's showing up in many countries, but there is something that's spreading even faster than the virus, and that's fear. Fear is making more people sick than the virus itself.
Fear is causing people to do some pretty strange things. Here in North America, people are hoarding toilet paper.
I'm glad we have ours.
Yes, we're safe. Stores can't keep up with the demand. Now, I could understand if this pandemic was a stomach virus, but this one causes a cough. So why all the toilet paper?
And the stock market has gone nuts and crashed. I think there's some overreaction and panic selling going on there.
In my mental health practice, I discovered that fear, worry, and anxiety are the most common unwanted thoughts that people struggle with. And Christians struggle with fear just as much as non-Christians.
God gave us the ability to have fear so we would avoid dangerous situations that could kill us. It's wise to be afraid of walking too close to the edge of the cliff, just the same as it's wise to be washing your hands more frequently during the pandemic. Fear was meant to protect us.
But Satan has used your vulnerability to fear to torment you. His most common strategy is to focus your attention on the possibility that a terrible thing could happen, like the whole world's going to blow up over this virus.
This thought is triggered by something that you've noticed that has a tiny possibility of risk, but he makes that possibility grow so large that you can't stop thinking about it and you're overwhelmed with worry about what could happen next.
And then you rush out and buy more toilet paper. At this point, your mind is hijacked and you can't think clearly or make good decisions. You sell all your shares and buy more toilet paper. The enemy loves to watch you squirm as he pours more and more fearful thoughts into your mind once he has your attention.
But God doesn't want you to be afraid. There are so many verses that tell you not to fear. But how can you stop your thoughts from being caught in that downward spiral of fear? How can you fight back?
First, if you have a medical condition like anxiety disorder, you may need medications to raise your serotonin level and give you back thought control. And you can assess yourself for anxiety disorder using a checklist on my website. Just click on the link on this page and it will take you there.
Second, recognize that you are under attack and the fears are part of an illusion that Satan has created to get your attention and make you upset.
The most effective solution to stop this spiral is to get into God's presence so you can hear His voice. But that can be hard to do when your mind is swirling with fear and panic and what am I going to do?
We have found the easiest and fastest way to get into God's presence is to worship. When you worship, you invite the presence of God into your circumstances and He always comes. Then, when you've created a worship environment and you sense His presence, ask God what He wants you to know about the situation you're worried about, and then pay attention to His response that comes into your mind.
Years ago, I was in a worry spiral about something that happened. I asked God about it, and He told me not to worry. So I replied, "So you'll let me know when it is serious and I should start worrying?" He didn't answer, but I knew He was smiling. I can't imagine God telling anyone to start worrying or to go out and get more toilet paper.
So the key to overcoming fear is to get into God's presence and talk to Him. You need His perspective on the issue. Remember, you never face anything alone.
And when you're thinking about the global pandemic, read these verses to yourself from Psalm 46. God is our refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble. Therefore we will not fear, though the earth give way, and the mountains fall into the heart of the sea, though its waters roar and foam, and the mountains quake with their surging. I think that sounds like how to handle a natural disaster to me.
If you would like to learn about the 3 causes and solutions to fear, worry, and anxiety, you can join the Free Your Mind program. It's our step-by-step online video guide to taking back control of your internal world. Just click the link below this video to subscribe.
We'll talk to you again next week, but this week remember, this is not the bubonic plague. You probably already have enough toilet paper. Just get into God's presence and ask Him for His perspective on the coronavirus.